This marriage was a mistake. I married the wrong person.
What the hell? Isn't that rude?
You're totally hopeless at housework.
I'm trying my best.
What are you talking about? You know how often you're not at home when I come back from work?
I told you. I'll be working overtime for a while because the company is busy right now.
That doesn't mean I have to heat up the dinner by myself.
You know what? It's simple. Just put it in a microwave. You don't like canned food, so I make it in the morning and put it in a container and then go to work. You could have at least heat it up.
You're not a good housewife if you make your husband heat up his own dinner.
I work too. Of course I wanted to continue my job. And you also said I should continue it after our marriage too.
What's wrong with that?
We both work, so I think we should cooperate with each other to take care of the house.
Give me a break. Of course not. Housework is a woman's job. It's not a man's job.
What the? Ken, before we got married, you said you like women who has a job. I thought you'd be more understanding.
Of course I understand. I've never asked you to quit your job. In fact, I think women should work too. See, I understand everything.
If I work and do all the chores, it's better to be single. We're supposed to help each other, right? And you don't help me with anything. That's unfair.
What are you talking about? Mom also said you don't know what it's like to be a housewife.
Your mother didn't like me from the beginning. From the moment we went to her to tell her about our marriage, she always said things like, I want a younger wife or I want a prettier wife.
But I still married you. Considering that, you should be more grateful to me.
Be grateful?
Mom already knew you were a bitch. That's why she didn't agree.
How can I be a bitch?
You're against me every time.
It's not like I'm against you, I'm just expressing my opinion.
How can you be a wife and give opinion to your husband? That means you're against me.
So, a wife is not allowed to say anything to her husband?
Of course not. I thought you were the kind of woman who wouldn't say such things. Don't disappoint me anymore.
Excuse me?
I heard you work in silence. And don't complain. That's why I married you.
I thought you wanted to go out with me, so you asked someone in my company to introduce you to me. Was I wrong?
That's true. A woman who works without complaining is ideal, isn't it?
Didn't you say how nice it was to see me work diligently?
So?
I thought there was someone who was looking out for me. I felt so happy, but...
All you're good at is your job, plus Loki. If I hadn't asked you out, you'd be single forever. And you have no relatives, so no one bothers me. There's no one who's convenient as you.
Wow. I can't believe you thought like that.
You were able to marry a man like me, and yet you make your husband cook his own dinner.
You married me because you thought I was a quiet woman who couldn't say her opinion?
Of course, I don't like noisy women. But I don't want to do all the housework by myself.
You thought of me like that?
I mean, you didn't even notice? You thought I married you because I fell in love with you, didn't you?
I did think like that, but...
Of course not. I mean, you and Mom are too different. You should know your position.
Why does your mother matter? I don't think she has anything to do with this.
Mom is the ideal woman.
Huh?
She's beautiful, elegant, and perfect for a wife. I really wanted a woman like her, but there weren't any, so there was no choice but you.
Oh, you're a mommy's boy. I knew it. You always talk about your mother.
Mom is the perfect woman. I'm just telling you the truth. It's not like I'm a mommy's boy.
I'm sure even your mother can make mistakes.
That's absolutely no. No one can be perfect as her.
How can you call someone perfect who is sarcastic when you've never met before?
Mom is just being honest.
Even when I'm busy at work, she calls me and gives me boring, sarcastic things. I don't want her to call me when I'm at work.
Right, she's been complaining that you haven't been returning her calls lately. You're still a bitch who ignores mom's calls.
I told her I was at work, but she wouldn't listen to me. She just kept talking on and on and on. I didn't have time for her. I'm not that bored.
Of course, mom is more important than work. Listen, the next time you hear from her, make sure you answer the phone. And make sure my meals are ready to eat. This is a normal thing for a wife to do. Hey, what's going on?
What do you mean?
I got a message that you're in the hospital.
I just got hurt.
Huh? You got injured? Then who's going to cook my meals? You're not going to tell me to prepare it myself, are you?
Your wife got hurt and she's in the hospital. And you just worry about yourself?
Then what should I worry about?
Like about my injury or how I'm doing. You're not worried about me?
It's not a big deal, right? You overreact to everything.
But I'm in the hospital, remember?
I know what you're trying to do.
What do you mean?
You're going to skip chores like that, aren't you?
Don't say stupid things.
Then tell me, how did you get hurt? I know it's nothing.
It was a car accident.
Did you hit the car on purpose?
Oh, come on. There's no way I'd do such a stupid thing. It hurts, you know. Why would I do something like that to sacrifice my own body?
You're pretending to be overreacting to something that's really not that big deal. Don't act like you don't want to do the housework.
Excuse me?
How's that? Are you surprised?
I'm quite surprised that you would say such a thing.
I can see you're lying to me. Who would fall for that? Stop saying nonsense and get your ass home and do your chores.
Are you serious?
It's your day off. You can take your time to do the chores. You went out without telling me and now you're in the hospital? You've been trying to skip it from the beginning.
You know, I was run over by a car.
How dumb you are. Weren't you just walking without thinking? The one who was driving the car is the victim.
That's too harsh.
Oh, but wait a minute. You're telling the truth, right?
Why would I lie?
Then that's a different story. You can stay in the hospital. I mean, you can stay there forever.
What's with you all of a sudden?
Just act like you're in pain and overreact. You're good at those things, aren't you?
I don't understand what you're talking about. Why are you saying that all of a sudden?
Because you have insurance. If I'm correct, it had a special hospital benefit that doubles the payout in case of an accident.
That's true, but...
Then we can get more money than you going to the office and work. Stay in the hospital as long as you can.
Huh? What are you thinking? It sounds like you're asking me to stay in the hospital for the money.
So?
That's not the right thing to do.
It means you can finally be useful to me. Your salary is lower than I expected. I was worried if you would use my salary.
What? What do you mean?
I don't want to spend money on my wife. So a wife who doesn't work is out of the question, but a woman who skips housework is even more unbelievable.
Then when you said I should continue working after we got married is...
Of course, to make sure you earn for your own living. You also said it's okay to spare the living expenses if we both work.
I did say that, but I never thought you would think it that way. Who can imagine that?
It's normal.
You said that if we ever got divorced, you wouldn't share the property. You didn't mean to save each other's property, but you wanted to prevent me from taking yours?
Of course, I don't want you to take my money. Your salary is nothing. If we get married and have savings, it would be my money. I don't want to give it to you.
You've thought this through very well. So you mean you were planning to divorce eventually?
I'm saying that I might meet a woman who makes more money than you, Or I might get tired of your face and want to marry a more beautiful woman. I can't say there's no chance of that.
I can't believe you even thought about that before you got married.
I'm a man who thinks ahead. I mean, even you agreed to it.
That's because we both work. I thought it'd be nice to take care of each other's money. I was imagining like if one of us were in trouble or if something happened, we could help each other out. We are married, you know.
You're a happy girl, did you know? I'm your husband.
I know that.
Mine is mine and yours are also mine. That's how it works.
That I don't understand at all. You make me have a headache. Maybe I hit my head badly. I still have some more tests to do, so see you later.
Hey, pick up the phone. I'm in trouble. Pick up the phone now.
What is it? I'm in the hospital. Can you leave me alone for a minute? Luckily everything's fine, but it still hurts where I hit.
I don't give a shit about you. Just listen to me.
Huh? How can you say like that?
Shut up. It's more important than that.
What the hell is going on?
Mom got arrested. I just got a call from the police.
Oh, okay.
It's not okay. Go to the police right now and ask them what's going on.
You didn't ask why they arrested her?
They said something about an accident or something. I was kind of panicked when they told me about it.
Why don't you go to the police now? They'll give you more details.
I'm too scared to go. So please go instead of me.
Why are you talking like a child? It's your important mother. You should go for her.
You go first, find out what's going on, and report it to me.
Of course I can't. I told you I'm in the hospital.
Saving Mom's life is more important than your injury.
But you know, I got injured because of your mother. I can't help you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Because I'm the victim and she's the criminal.
What?
Your mother ran over me.
Huh? I don't understand.
I was hit by a car driven by your mother. Do you understand now?
No. Why would Mom run over you? How is that possible? Are you making this up?
There's no benefit for me by making up a story.
But why would she do that? She would never do something so insane.
You and your mother have no common sense. And this is beyond insane. It's a crime, you understand that?
A crime? You're overreacting again.
Hitting people by a car is a crime. What's wrong with you?
But there's no evidence that she did it. It might be a mistake.
Your mother chased after me with her car. I remember it well.
No way.
I know you don't want to believe it, but it's true.
Did you tell this to the police?
Of course I did. How could I keep it secret?
You exposed about my mother to the police? You're such a terrible wife.
I didn't expose it, I just told them what I saw. I hid behind a pole so I didn't get serious injury, but I hit my head, fell down, and skinned all over the place.
Still, if you knew they were your relatives, you wouldn't normally tell to them.
But a crime is a crime. Even if it's a relative, I still have to tell them. Besides, she hit me on purpose.
That's unbelievable. Even if Mom ran over you, it must have been an accident.
It was 100% intentional. I was really scared. There's no way I could keep quiet about it.
Then why did Mom do it?
I went to your mother's place to tell her I was divorcing you.
What?
After hearing what you said the other day, I thought we can't stay together anymore.
Huh?
You said the reason you married me was because I was quiet and would follow what you said. Who would want to stay married to a man who says that his wife is a housekeeper?
Are you kidding me? There's no way I'm the one being asked to divorce you.
That's exactly what your mother said. She said there's no way a wife can be the one asking for a divorce. It seems like it's only fair when you divorce me if you're going to be apart anyway.
She's right. She didn't say anything wrong. That's why I said you're a bitch.
I don't care if I'm a bitch or not. I don't care what you guys say.
I know this marriage was a mistake. I shouldn't have chosen a woman like you. That's why I'm in this mess.
That's my words. But your mother was so angry with me, and she said I have no respect to her if I abandon her son.
She's right.
After all, she started acting up, so I got scared and ran outside, and then she was chasing after me by her car. She's so crazy.
Don't blame her. You're such a terrible person. How could you tell the police? What have you done?
I could have died. How could I not tell the police? I mean, of course I'd tell them.
What do you think will happen to me if people find out about this?
You're worried about yourself?
It's the most important thing. My family is under arrest.
Now I wonder why I married you. I'm regretting, but I guess what's done is done.
A woman like you were able to marry me. Don't make this a bigger issue.
You know, intentional accident isn't about reporting or whatever.
Think more about your husband.
You won't be my husband anymore.
If you divorce me, you'll never get married. You have no money, no parents, no place to go. You're gonna be homeless.
I'm not like you. I don't waste money. I've been saving money every month.
Saving since you got married?
Before we got married.
I didn't hear about that.
Why would I tell you? You're the one who asked for separate living expenses.
If we're getting divorced, you have to divide the property.
Are you stupid? You're the one who said there would be no division of property if we get divorced.
That's only if I had savings. Your savings are included in the property.
Of course it's not. I asked my lawyer. If we agreed to it before we got married, we don't have to share.
Oh God.
That's another reason why your mother got mad.
Why's that?
It seems like she had some kind of debt, and she wanted me to pay it. She was demanding with a serious look.
What? No way.
You didn't even notice when you went to her house?
What are you talking about?
After your father passed away, your mother became obsessed with Korean stars.
Korean stars?
When I went to her house, she had posters and merchandise.
I saw them, but I thought someone had left them there.
It's your mother. She went over to Korea several times a year. She invested a lot, so that's why there's no money left in your father's retirement money.
That can't be true.
And she's been asking me to put money into her account for a while now. I went over there because I had to say no as well, but I should have just called them. Then I wouldn't have gotten hurt like this. I had no idea she was messed up like this.
What's going to happen now?
What your mother did is more serious crime than just running over.
Why?
It's obvious she hit me on purpose. This is a vicious crime.
But if you settle out of court or something, it won't become a big crime, right?
This isn't about settling or anything. Even if I could, I would never do it. I'm going to charge you guys compensation and damages.
No. Maybe we should talk about that.
Enough talking. I'm not going back there even if I get out of the hospital. Well, goodbye.
Hey, wait a minute. Let's talk again and reconsider about the divorce. Without Mom, you're the only person I can rely on. Please, don't abandon me.
My mother-in-law was sentenced to prison. My husband quit his job because there was a rumor about his mother running over his wife by a car. I had my lawyer make us divorced and my ex-husband paid the compensation and damages that I charged his mother, as well as her debts. He has sold his house and now living in a dark apartment with no sunlight and working part-time. It seems that he is living a very poor life. He called me several times for help, but I was advised by my lawyer that if he contacted me ever again, I would sue him for a nuisance. Luckily, my injuries were not that serious. I got out of the hospital in about 2 weeks, and I'm back at work now. I will continue to look forward and do my best.
I heard that you guys are going to Universal Studio next week. Yeah, that's right. The kids have been wanting to go, so we decided to take them. It's been a year since we've been to Universal Studio, so we're really looking forward to it. That's nice. I've never been to Universal Studio, you know. Oh, I see. Why don't you go with your family too? But it's quite expensive, and it's too far from here. And my husband doesn't like long drives. I don't think he would take us. What about taking the bullet train? Or maybe you can take a tour bus. That's impossible. It's a waste of money to spend on transportation. If I'm going to spend all that money, I'd rather use it to buy souvenirs. But if you can't get there by car, you have to use public transportation, don't you? You'll have to save up for that, right? Oh, come on. Why can't you understand what I'm trying to say? What do you mean? I want you to take us with you. What? With us? Exactly. Riley's car seats 7 people, right? There's nothing wrong with 3 more people to ride. Wait a minute. But we want to enjoy this trip as a family. And my husband doesn't like to take other people in his car. He doesn't like having strangers riding with us. But we're not strangers. We're friends, right? You can at least give a friend a ride. If we were to go together, how are you going to pay for the tickets and gas? But I remembered Layla. Didn't you say that money is tight this month? I was planning to pay for the tickets, but why would I pay for gasoline? Huh? But you're riding with us, right? I'd like you to at least pay for gas in the highway. No. It's your car, so you should be paying for it. Well, if that's the case, we can't take you guys with us. If you really want to go, you're on your own. See ya. Layla, where are you? Nora says she has a headache. Can you come back soon? Yeah, I'm so glad I came to Universal Studio. Thanks for paying for my ticket. I didn't think you'd come actually. The fact that you didn't even bring your wallet? I don't really have a choice. I accidentally left it at home. You see, I'm a bit forgetful. There's more important things than that, you know. Like I said a while ago, Nora is not feeling well. We're near the entrance gate. Can't you come back? I definitely can't. We're almost ready to ride the attraction. What are you talking about? You're putting the rides before your child's health? Well, I've been waiting here for 60 minutes. We have to take this ride, you know. Besides, Nora just always gets sick easily. I'm sure she'll recover if we let her rest a bit. So please take care of my 2 daughters. Hey, wait. Layla, you really need to come back. Nora's terribly sick. Wait. Not when I'm having fun. Stop sending me bothersome messages. There was just a handsome cast member that I took a shot with him. Do you want to see it? I don't want it. I don't care about that. Will you listen to what I have to say? Okay. I heard Nora got sick. Just let her rest properly and she'll be fine. Or, if you feed her something delicious, she'll recover. Why are you so optimistic? She's your child. Why don't you take it a little more seriously? But I'm here in Universal Studio now. Just for today, I want to be free from the hassle of childcare. I'm speechless. I don't even know you anymore. Got it. I'm going to enjoy Universal as much as I want. Oh, really? Well, then you're on your own. We'll do whatever we want to. Okay, then I'll catch you later. Well, we had a lot of fun today. It's almost closing time. I'm so tired. Can you turn the car around at the exit? I didn't have my 2 girls to get in the way, so I played as much as I wanted. We're driving on our way home with your daughters. What? What do you mean, on your way home? I mean, as in... What? You mean you left without me? We had no choice. Nora wasn't really feeling well, so we decided to go home. We'll be arriving home in about an hour. Arriving home, meaning you guys left Universal long ago? That's right. We didn't have the time to have fun. Wait a minute! I'm still at Universal! So, why don't you just take the bullet train and go home? But since it's already late, that means the earliest you can go home is early tomorrow morning. Of course it's impossible! Riley, as I'm sure you know, I forgot my money! I can't stay in a hotel because I don't have any money! I can't even pay for the bullet train! You lied about forgetting your wallet, didn't you? Huh? What makes you think that? When we were in Universal, I saw you, buying food with your own money. You were holding your wallet tightly. That was your wallet, right? Maybe you were looking in the wrong place? But the girl said, Mom brought her own purse. They saw you, Layla, putting your purse in your bag. They talk too much. You can't blame your daughters for this. This trip is ruined because of you, Layla. I want you to pay for the whole trip. What? Because Nora got sick? No, it's not that. The fact you didn't pay for anything, and as soon as you got in the car, you did whatever you wanted to. You said you get bored driving for a long time, so you started playing a loud movie. You started fussing and moaning about how hungry you were. You were more of a handful than your two daughters. What? Are you saying I'm no better than a kindergartner? Maybe that's how it is. Your daughters were better behaved than you. That's rude! Besides, Nora told me. Nora said she wasn't feeling well since this morning. Yes, but she didn't have a fever, so I thought she was fine. But that doesn't mean you should force to bring her. I had no choice. There was no one who would take care of her. More than that, when are you going to pick me up? It's almost closing time. I don't know, Layla. If you have the money, you can handle it yourself. But it's gone! You brought your wallet, didn't you? I have the wallet, but the money is gone. You mean you spent it all? Yeah! I didn't bring much cash to begin with. I bought food, some souvenirs on the way back, so it's gone. I only have 50 cents left in my wallet. Your husband says you can use his card. Huh? Your husband didn't tell you anything? I haven't heard anything. Wait, you contacted my husband? Absolutely. Your daughter got sick. Your husband, he left work early. He's waiting for us now at home. But I thought he was on a business trip until tomorrow. He talked to his boss. He made arrangements so he could go home early. When I told him about you, he apologized several times. What? You didn't tell him anything unnecessary, did you? What extra things? About how I forced myself to go with you and your family on this trip? That I made you pay for the tickets? Of course I told him. And that Layla pushed her daughters on me. And that even though Nora wasn't feeling well, and that Nora just simply had fun and never bothered about anyone. Hey! Why do you tell him what he doesn't need to know? I didn't even tell him about Universal Studio in the first place. Yeah, it looks that way. He was surprised too. Anyway, I'll let your husband take care of your daughter. I'll leave it in your husband's hands for now. And you, Layla, you take care of yourself. Hey! I'm finally home. How dare you abandon me? Are you on the bullet train now? Yes! My husband is super mad at me. I'm going through hell. I hope it's just a sermon. Huh? Your husband is very upset that you pushed your daughter to me to take care of, and had fun all by yourself without even worrying. Of course I know he's mad. I'm sure he's going to start preaching as soon as I get home. You care so much about yourself and forget about your kid. She's just a little sick, isn't she? She gets a fever a lot. Why can't you worry even just a little? I heard your daughter had a fever after that and had a hard time. Is that so? But a fever is nothing. It's not a life-threatening illness. That's a terrible thing to say. People like you should stop being a mother right away. What? You don't have to be so angry. In the end, your husband took care of the girls. But we didn't get to enjoy the Universal trip to the end because we came home in the middle of the trip. Don't you even feel a little sorry for us? But you guys left without me, didn't you? Compared to that, it's no big deal that your trip was interrupted. It's no big deal. Then what I have to go through? I've got some hellish preaching time ahead of me. If I'm not careful, I might even get my in-laws to lecture me. He's always telling my in-laws about everything. I don't think a sermon will fix Layla's level. I don't even think you'll change. That's just too much. You're at fault too. Shouldn't you apologize to me first? Apologize to who? Me, of course. Huh? Will you please stop it? I'm the one who wants an apology. What? Are you mad? I get angry when I'm angry. Sorry, talking to you just makes me more furious, so excuse me. Hey! Don't end the conversation! Oh, my God, I don't know what to do. Answer me. I'm in trouble. What's wrong with you? I'm busy shopping. Stop shopping! I don't want to. I have a lot to do at home. You can put that stuff off. Just listen to me. Well, I'm all ears. I just got home and my husband and daughters are gone. So? Instead, there were divorce papers on the table. Riley, have you heard anything from my husband? I haven't heard anything. I remember your husband getting pretty angry, though. I wonder if he's really going to divorce me. You'd have to ask him. Did he leave a letter or anything? No, but he just sent me a text. What does it say? Leaving the sick kid alone? I can't do this with a woman who's so preoccupied with her play. He wants me to sign the papers and leave immediately. Well, I guess you'll just have to sign and leave then. You don't say that like it's someone else's business. Well, because it's someone else's business. That's terrible. A mom friend is in desperate need of help. You could have offered a helping hand or something. Why should I? Because we're friends. There's nothing I can do. Frankly, I don't care what happens to you, Layla. If you get divorced and kicked out, I'll be lucky if that's the case. What do you mean lucky? Layla, you're so self-centered. I'm tired of hanging out with you. That's what our other friends even say. What? And this trip? Layla, you made my husband very unhappy. And my son cried because you interrupted the trip he was looking forward to. Do you know that this is all because of you, Layla? It's not like I have a choice. I just wanted to go to Universal too. I know you wanted to go, but if you wanted to go, why didn't you just go without bothering others? That may be true, but I just couldn't raise the money, so if it's Riley, you and your husband are both working, and your husband works for a big company. I thought maybe you guys could afford it. You really are a brazen person. With someone like you, Layla, I should have cut ties with you early on. What? Are you going to stop being friends with me? Of course I'm going to stop being your friend. On the contrary, I was troubled so far. I'd be crazy to want to continue going out with you after causing me so much trouble. I'm sure it's going to be tough being on your own for a while. I wish you all the best in life. No. I'm not alone. I have a lot of friends besides you. Those other mom friends who said they're not going to hang out with you anymore? Huh? But I thought the other friends were on my side. Layla, you said bad things about me to the other friends, didn't you? What are you talking about? You may be playing dumb, but I know everything. You said you asked us to go on the trip with you, and that we left you behind because you got in our way. You even said you paid for the gas and the highway, and even made you pay for all the meals? Sounds like you had a lot to say about me, but no one seems to believe you though, Layla. That is a lie, right? It's true. They all accuse Layla of putting her own fun first, before her sick daughter. A person like you, they don't want anything to do with you, Layla. Don't tell me you didn't say something. I hope you didn't say anything you shouldn't have. I was just telling the truth. I didn't lie, like you. Well, you just got kicked out from your previous mom friends group, and now, again, you've lost another friend. Stop it! I'm hurting too. Don't say that. This has gone viral among the other moms in the group. I don't think anyone will take Layla's side. What? It's spreading? The mommy network is terrifying. I'm sure there's no one who doesn't know about it already. Oh no! What am I supposed to do when I can't even rely on my mom's friends? It's almost like my parents have disowned me. I have no one to help me. Disowned? What have you done? I owe them a lot of money, and they got so pissed when I said, they're my parents, so they should at least give me some money. They said, they don't know you anymore, and poured tea on me. I guess you deserved it. Don't try to depend on someone else. You have to do your best to survive on your own. I can't do that. That's why I'm in trouble. I was a stay-at-home mom, so I don't have any savings. and the money I saved up when I was single, I spent it all on whatever I wanted. I'm going to be poor once I'm on my own. I don't think you have a choice. You'll have to get a part-time job to earn money for child support and living expenses. Child support? If the divorce goes through, the children will go to one of the parents, right? If that's the way it's going to be, your husband will have the custody. You would be ordered by your husband to pay for child support. Wait, we have 2 daughters, remember? Does that mean I have to pay child support for both of them? Isn't that obvious? You'll have to work to make up for not being able to raise your children properly. I can't! I've barely worked since I got married. I don't have the confidence to work part-time. You have to do it even if you don't feel confident. If you don't work, you'll be living on the streets. That's even worse! Please, I've caused you so much trouble in the past. I apologize. Will you help me? Help you how? First of all, I need you to convince my husband to come with me. Persuade? Yes, convince him not to divorce me. I'm sure that if you say it, he'll listen to you. Okay? No way. Why would I want to get involved in someone else's family problem? Don't you get me in trouble, okay? Trouble? How can you ask such a thing from someone you caused so much trouble? Layla, are you crazy? You've been acting like a jerk. I'm trying so hard to ask for help. You should have some sympathy for me. Layla, you don't deserve any sympathy. You'll have to take care of yourself from now on. Wait a minute! Please, listen to me. I don't have to talk to you anymore. I'll block you from my line, too. Goodbye. In the end, it appears that Layla and her husband decided to divorce. After the divorce, Layla moved out of the house. The husband had the custody through the request of their daughters, and the husband decided to take the children and live with his parents. I don't know where Layla is and what she's doing, but I'm sure she is having and living a hellish life. We, on the other hand, are planning to make a return trip to Universal Studio in the near future. Now that Layla is gone, I hope we can enjoy our next trip as a family.